Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik again, and this is the game Won the Pacific at Match Edition. This is my play-by-email match against Deaniks. He's a Japanese commander, and for me it is Allied side. That is still the scenario 50, mod scenario. And yeah, let's see how the Japanese approach will continue. First, more of my cargo ships are being attacked here in Singapore and Rangoon. Most of these ships have still no escorts. Most of these ships are empty or maximum with supplies loaded. And there's still torpedoes are not exploding, but one torpedo hit is mostly enough to sink a cargo ship. These are all light cargo ships, so I have dozens of them and I can throw them away. And in roughly 1 week I would say I have maybe a new organization that I can escort my convoys. So long I don't lose my destroyers, all is fine, I would say. This is near San Francisco. Or Los Angeles, better say. So no Navy clash. And I will not really run away with everything. I will only reorganize my stuff. So I will fight for the positions what makes sense to fight. So that for sure. I mean, I'm always at the more aggressive, active side of the gameplay style. But I will not throw away my stuff with simply unrealistic expectations. So first a lot of Navy search. And there was some Japanese task force north of Pearl Harbor. These are my Catalinas out of Singapore, spotting enemy task forces, but they're out of range of my Navy bombers. So sweep of Manila again. And Hong Kong. No one here. And more airstrikes of Manila. It simply makes no sense more to defend this. The ships in port are already lost. So I don't need to try to save here anything. What I try to save is my aircraft on the ground. So I maybe must move them out. But where I can move them? That is the question. So still sweeping Singapore, I don't battle here anything. There's an already damaged cargo ship in Hong Kong trying to load supplies and move them out of the city. At least I can more or less destroy the supplies in Hong Kong, so there's nothing he can capture. And the ships are anyway lost. I only must make sure that I don't take all of the supplies out of Hong Kong, not that I compromise my defense of Hong Kong. Let's say this. But I don't have the heavy flak gun, so I cannot really inflict high casualties against this incoming airstrikes with my guns. Only lucky hit, like here. Sometimes if you make a direct hit, you can kill any aircraft. Yeah, these are the carriers. And they're taking out a better tanker here in Tarakan. I was trying to steal the fuel away. Maybe a little too aggressive. No, this task force is lost. And here is my carrier Enterprise. And this is an enemy heavy cruiser hit a mine at Pearl Harbor. So it was not already destroyed, because there was a report, I think, that the cruiser sunk before. But it was damaged, still left behind. And now I can use my 1000 pound bombs to maybe finish off this task force. This is a 2-ship task force I saw the days before. And I get now a hit on a destroyer, that is fine. But only heavy fires on the cruiser. But again, heavy fires are for Japanese ships often very dangerous. So I would say this is maybe enough to finish both of them. The destroyer is already dead. The heavy cruiser, very likely. So far away from any base, so you see. And this is only the morning, so maybe there's a second airstrike coming soon. I'm losing my tankers, what is not nice, but I have still so many tankers that I don't really say this is now a crippling blow. A lot of submarines are around Pearl Harbor, that for sure. Some of my strike aircraft cannot find the location. That is not so good. And these are the long-range torpedo bombers. Finishing off my cargo ships in Hong Kong. Okay, do this. My AFP is still trying to move around, but there are some 60 kilogram bombs, and it's strong enough to sink my AP. Oh man, pity. And more cargo ships are going down. Not completely going down, but hit. In Georgetown, I have here some harbor defense motor launchers. They're simply too slow to really move away, and maybe they can lure enemy strike aircraft away from other targets. Cebu is still an important fortress for me, because it's a submarine base and a Navy search base. I have also plenty of fighting AV here. Some of the better Filipino divisions are here. And the afternoon airstrike. Still have high fire, no penetration bomb hit, but more fire maybe. Still no penetration. One more hit on the destroyer. This was a penetration hit. Okay, so now both ships are on heavy fire plus heavy damage. So, and the Japanese ship, I know what they can do or what they can handle, and they cannot handle this kind of stuff. So I kill a heavy cruiser and the destroyer, what is not bad. I hear no sinking sound. I only hear my own no, this was not my own ship, so this was a Japanese ship sinking just now. So I would say both are dead. So at least something. I lost a lot of ships. I also lost a lot of half dozen of destroyers already. But killing an enemy heavy cruiser, and these are the better cruisers, that is not That is good. Good. Same bombardment here at Hong Kong. Casualties on both sides, but light. And a very slow Japanese approach to take here the Southeast Pacific area. If it's aggressive or less aggressive, it's for sure less aggressive than my Japanese playstyle. I only can compare it to my own game, and I also restart. I have a new game as a Japanese player, also a RA mod, but I will wait to upload that videos maybe at Christmas time like this. Goodie. So a successful day, I would say I lost some tankers, okay, but killing enemy warships is always, I think, most important for the allies early on. Goodie. Let's see you soon again. Good, so here we are again. Today now 12th of December. And air losses was mixed. For Japan, mostly lost by flak and damaged by flak, maybe something like this. And for me, it is nearly all operational, plus one Warhawk gets destroyed, I think, in Manila airport. Yeah. Ship sunk, last turn. For Japan, I would say the destroyer and the heavy cruiser, but I cannot see it here. For me, these two tankers, both in Tarakan, these are the useful ships. It was a little too aggressive to keep them in Tarakan. Okay, next time I know, don't stay Tarakan. That is simply too far or too close to the Philippines. And yeah, the rest is all, doesn't matter. Still, I would say maybe overall still okay day. So the enemy fleet is still here, but this was spotted before I make my final strike, so maybe they already disappeared. To make sure that there's nothing left, I will use some submarines to finish them off, because these ships are now very slow and even submarines can do this. And I don't want to stay with my carrier here too long. I won't return to Pearl Harbor. But this would be a successful operation to get rid of these two ships. The destroyer maybe not so important, but the heavy cruiser is a heavy one. But yeah, so many submarines were looking around, so I must find a pass through and hope that no unlucky attack happened. Good, nothing to talk about North America. Only logistics is here, a lot of stuff, because this is AR mod. You have also this offline map bases where you can get additional aircraft, but yeah, this is mod related. A lot of shipping is organizing, so I must prepare and organize my air fleet training and also my logistic for moving supplies and fuel from California to Australia. But I think I don't need to talk about all of this. But you can see I have already a lot of movement around the map. But so I start from Australia, send something to America, and from America I build up convoys going to Australia. Here, because simply I still don't see enemy presence here. I was only expecting them here to already take Rabaul. I make now very risky operations like bringing ships, load task force or units out of Rabaul, and try to escape to Townsville. Whatever I can save here, I can save. It's not a lot, but it's maybe fine. At the same time, I can also try to airlift units out of positions. So I will build more or less a base, but mostly I will fight for, and Horn Island I must build up. These are the two locations I want to control here. The Torres Strait. I don't know if it's really important, but I guess it would be nice to control this strait. It's a buffer for Townsville. And of course my fixed points are now Brisbane, Sydney and Townsville. It's east coast of Australia, plus Perth in the west. Everything else I I forget. If there's a landing on Rockhampton or wherever between, I simply let the Japanese land. Make no sense to try to defend everything. I really only say these are my fortress hexes I will fight for, and everything else is mobile. Darwin, of course, is also will be a fortress. I must fight for Darwin simply because it's. I would say it's gamey to give up Darwin, but I also know that Darwin is very hard to defend because clear terrain and there's no rail directly, so you can only rail to Alice Springs and then you must move a lot of stuff up. We'll see how aggressive the Japanese player is and if I have enough time for this. Here is I try to interdict here shipping coming out or going into here Minado, but up to now not really lucky here. My convoys going in and out bit from Tarakan, because in Tarakan I have supplies more or less. I try to bring it to the Philippines because now it's maybe possible, even it's hard, but I maybe be a little too aggressive with this. I can detect here some task forces, so this is the carrier wing moving east, and it was just in range to take Tarakan 8, so it's normally long range, but this mod have the dive bombers have a range of 8, so yeah, Balipapan would be much more safe, but safe is nothing here. I have no fighter wings to protect here anything, so I also see that a bunch of task forces are roughly 10 hexes away from Singapore, so out of range of torpedo bombers. The enemy is already here, so I have to move out. Hopefully I can do this. No activity here around Burma, but it's a little too early, so you can check it, and I don't see any indication that enemy units are in this hex, so but maybe they're in their base here already, I don't know. And here is supply with convoys. Now these are the first protected convoys, so I bring in a lot of supplies. Whatever is possible, I simply take it from India and put it into Burma, because I don't know how long I can do this. And if I'm lucky, the supplies will simply flow to China over time. So every ton or every 10,000 tons of supplies I can relocate to Burma, China will help me in the long run. Because protecting and holding China is really important for the Allied play to let the Japanese not focus on other areas too much. And India is only logistic. A lot of logistic stuff. I just arrived with my task forces to get the garrison under control, but now I have a super damaged port here. I still need more garrison here because I have not enough, so more damage built up. A little stupid, but yeah. And I think this is all. That is enough for today. Then see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.